Welcome to this Hypermedia Director presentation on how to create new document taking input from a live feed from the internet, RSS for instance. This presentation assumes that you know what the previous panel is, you know what the browsing panel is, and you know what the editing panel is. It also assumes that you know how to publish a project to a device, and you know that templates are provided with HMD to help you create content. First step of this project is to go to my project and create a new project with the correct aspect ratio. I'm gonna rename it to newsfeed. Gonna open it. This project is composed of the base index.svg, and now we're gonna create additional document to start working with the news. The first step is to create the layout document. I'm gonna call it main, which will be where our news will be inserted. Let's edit it. Let's first start by removing this explanation and adding a background of a given size. I'm gonna create a text box. Actually, remove the text from the text box and change the property so that we put a background of a given color. Let's put it blue, and a border. Let's put it black. It's perfect, but make it wider. This will be a text box, and we can move that at the bottom. That's where the news will be displayed. Let's save this document. The next step is to insert the live news into our document. I'm gonna go to my templates and go to the news folder. The news folder is composed of three main templates, which is the news ticker, and a news crawler for advanced user. In this example, I will use the news ticker. I will take the news ticker and drag and drop it on top of my box. By pressing the Control key, the magnets become not magnet anymore, so that the layer will be added on top. Using the Control key again, I resize my document so that it fits the area I've chosen for it to be displayed. By double clicking on this document, I now start editing the news template. You can see that drag and dropping the news directly to my preview has automatically copied the file to my project. The first step of the news is to select the news feed source. We're gonna use one of the predefined URI, which is the news from the Yahoo website, but you can also type your own URI. Press the apply or the save button to see the results. You can see here that the text has been displayed. This is the title of the news, and this is the description. Now let's say we want to modify the layout, so we're gonna use the edit mode. By pressing the edit mode, we now can see the position of the different layers in our news document. This is the image. This is the place this is the place for the title, and this is the place for the description. You can see here that the title, write the text title, followed by the strange macro text, SPX title. This is nothing else to say this is where you need to display the title of the news. Let's, for instance, change the color to put that into white and make it grow. The second part of the document is where the description is written. Description also has an explanation description, so we're gonna put just description, and we're gonna change the color to have a silver color. Press the save button to see the result of our change. The image can also be resized and moved around. Now, one of the main problems of newsfeed is that the size of the news cannot always be controlled. In this case, we want to make sure that the title, for instance, is always displayed completely, and the description also. Solution for that is to use additional templates, which are called the bouncing text and the fit text. The bouncing text will make sure that the text is displayed in the area. In case the text is too long, it will bounce from left to right or from out to bottom to be displayed completely. The fit text will modify the font of the text to make sure that it fits the area. In our case, we're going to use the bouncing text for the title, and we're going to use the fit text for the description. Let's double click on the bouncing text to configure it. First part is to specify that you want actually the bouncing text to be controlling the title. Press the apply button to see the results. Actually, we wanted this to be in white. Now we can see that by default the bouncing text bounces quite slowly from left to right. We can actually modify that to be from up and down, for instance, and to be faster. Press the apply button so that we see directly the results. We can also specify that we want 2 lines to be printed at the time in our case. Well, in this example then with 2 lines the text fits. Let's leave it on 1 line so that we have some effect. Same thing for the fit text. We're going to tell it that it actually needs to be displaying the description of the news, and that this color should be in silver. By default, we tell him to use the multi-line, that means multiple lines, and to adapt the number of lines and the font size to the content of the text. Now we can see the news in its environment. Now let's say that in addition to this news, which is a fixed page, we would like to display a scrolling banner on top. We can use for that the new sticker template. Drag and drop it. I'm going to use it at the top. I double click on it. You can see that the layout is pretty the same as for the newsfeed. I need to select the input. This time I'll take news from RSS, and I can select what I want to display. In this case, only the title. I can also change the scroll speed and the space between items. I can put a background with a given opacity. Let's say it's 0.9, so it's nearly 100% opaque behind it. And I can save my work to see the results. Let's put the scroll speed a bit better, a bit faster. You can see that by combining scrolling ticker or news ticker and news items, you can really display a complete news item. This is the end of this presentation. Thank you.